A woman discovers she is a robotic companion. She accidentally kills a male friend who tried to rape her. When she thinks her happy life has completely collapses.
Pull the goddamn trigger, Iris.
No.
Can the robot break free from control and find itself? Welcome to the latest sci-fi film, Companion. Iris encounters an ordinary guy named Josh while shopping at the supermarket. She suddenly has an electric shock. Josh looks even more flustered than she does. The two fall in love at first sight. Not long after confirming their relationship, they receive an invitation from Josh's friend to vacation at a villa in the countryside. There are 4 men and 2 women, 3 couples. Iris feels very nervous because she thinks Josh's friend Kate doesn't like her. But Iris doesn't want to disappoint her boyfriend and forces a smile. Kate's boyfriend is a bearded man named Sergey. This comfortable lakeside villa is provided by Sergey, who comes from a wealthy background. To ensure the villa's seclusion, he even purchased the land by the lake. In addition to Kate and her boyfriend, Josh's friend Eli also brought along his handsome and tall partner Mike. Iris doesn't want to participate in this gathering at all, but she can only keep reminding herself to cheer up.
Smile. Get happy.
In the evening, the 6 people gather together to eat and chat. Mike is sharing the story of how he met Eli. They met on Halloween, cuz wearing ridiculous costumes. But just like Iris and Josh, they also had an incredible reaction at first sight. Perhaps many people cannot understand love at first sight, thinking it is merely lust, but Iris deeply understands Mike's experience. She can never forget the day she first met Josh, feeling as if her shattered life had been made whole again. Iris talks about that experience passionately, but she realizes that everyone quickly changes the subject. Josh awkwardly scratches his ear, and Iris can only keep silent again. However, in the following conversation, Iris learns that Sergey is already married. Kate even admits that she pursued this older man because of his money. After dinner, everyone puts on music and starts dancing. Iris notices that her boyfriend Josh is chatting and joking with Kate, and she feels extremely jealous. She goes over and pulls Josh away and wants to regain her boyfriend's attention. In the evening, Iris also wants to talk more with Josh, but he brushes her off, saying he just wants to sleep now. The next morning, Iris is optimistic, asking Josh if he wants to go for a walk by the lake, but she is rejected once again. Josh excuses himself, saying he has a hangover and wants to take a shower and rest. Iris goes to the lakeside alone. As soon as she leaves, Josh takes out a strange USB drive to read. When Iris arrives at the lakeside, she feels a folding knife in her pocket. Before she can understand the situation, Sergey arrives at the lakeside in a bathrobe, and he starts to flirt with her enthusiastically. Iris doesn't want to be alone with him, so she makes an excuse to prepare to leave. Suddenly, Sergey pulls out sunscreen, asking Iris to help him apply it. With that request, she feels she cannot refuse. Iris can only do it. Unexpectedly, Sergey starts to get handsy. He claims that Kate suggested it. After saying this, he becomes even more aggressive. Soon after, Iris returns to the villa covered in blood, holding the folding knife. She struggles to hold back her breaking emotions and explains that Sergey forced her. "I just wanted him to stop," she says. It turns out that Iris first knocked Sergey down with a bottle, but he got back up and grabbed her by the neck. Iris had no choice but to stab Sergey with the knife.
I never get to see you again, and that hurts so much more than the pain of being choked. I wouldn't let that happen. I couldn't let him take me away from you. I love you so much.
Iris, go to sleep.
Iris's robotic identity is revealed for the first time. Josh and his friends tie her to a chair, preparing to call the police to handle the matter. They guess that this murder incident was likely due to a malfunction in Iris's programming. To consider Josh's feelings, Eli goes outside to make the call to the police. Josh composes himself and wakes Iris up.
Self-defense, he was gonna kill me. He was gonna kill me. You gotta believe me.
No, I believe you, Iris. I mean, you couldn't lie to me even if you wanted to. It's, part of your...
And he confesses to Iris that she is actually a robot. More specifically, to meet human physical and emotional needs. She is an adult doll specially designed, according to the client's preferences. All those so-called love at first sight and deep affection are programmed into her. The purpose is to provide emotional support to the customer. At first, Iris thinks Josh is joking, but he pulls out a tablet and casually switches language modes. Iris immediately realizes she is not in control. She must follow Josh's commands. Moreover, her college and childhood memories are merely summaries implanted in her chip. Iris's supposed happy life is just a lie. Even their first encounter was not in the supermarket. It was when Josh signed for a package at the door, where the staff explained the usage instructions. Iris had no idea she was a robot. She only thinks of and serves the customer. Users can freely change their voice, eye color, and even intelligence. However, government regulations strictly control this aspect, forcing developers to limit the robot's abilities and intelligence, so even if they activate their full intelligence level, the effect is only equivalent to that of an Ivy League graduate. There won't be any settings beyond human capabilities. Conversely, if the robot's intelligence is reduced to 0, it will revert to a mindless mechanical state. In addition, to protect customer safety, the robot cannot lie. It also cannot harm humans or animals. If you want to restore it to factory settings, you can press the thumbprint sensor behind the robot's right ear. After 5 seconds, it will reset. When the customer activates their exclusive companion, the program will randomly trigger a first encounter scenario. This makes the companion robot fall in love with you at first sight and establishes a bond of love. Josh is just an ordinary man. On the first day he bought Iris, he went straight to the point and enjoyed the full service. This fact nearly breaks Iris. Her love, feelings, and even her tears are all human like fakes. After Iris manages to digest this information, she wants Josh to take her home, but is rejected once again. Kate suddenly comes in and interrupts them, and asks Josh why he hasn't shut down Iris yet. Josh can only pull Kate into the next room to talk. Kate believes the task has been successfully completed, so they have no need to keep Iris any longer and should immediately restore the robot to factory settings. But Josh has been with Iris for quite a while. He feels that before permanently shutting her down, he should at least give her an explanation. It turns out that Sergei's death was planned by these two. They wanted to use Iris to commit murder for profit. Meanwhile, Iris forcefully tips over the chair and wants to grab the folding knife on the corner of the table. When Josh comes back, he sees Iris lying on the ground. He is about to go over to check the situation when he gets punched in the throat. Iris gets up and picks up Josh's control tablet.
You'll need an ice pack, and if there's any swelling, shortness of breath, wheezing, agitation, or drowsiness, take him to the emergency room, okay?
Okay.
Eli is explaining the situation to the police. They have tied up the malfunctioning robot. Unexpectedly, the next second, Iris escapes from the villa. Eli runs to question Josh about what is going on. Josh can only confess that he made some tweaks to the robot. Similar to jailbreaking a phone, Josh arbitrarily changed the robot's offensive and defensive capabilities and also turned off the program to prevent her from harming others. However, before Josh could reset Iris, she escaped. If the robot company finds Iris first, they will discover that Josh tampered with her. Eli realizes this only after hearing it. So, you designed to kill Sergei? Josh does not deny it. He says Sergei was involved in various illegal activities. Drug trafficking, arms dealing, and human trafficking, he did it all. He stored $12 million in cash in the safe at the lakeside villa, and Kate has already obtained the password. The two become greedy upon seeing the money, so they plan this vacation so that Iris can kill Sergei. As for why they invited Eli and Mike, it was obviously to have more witnesses for credibility. As long as they can prove it was a robot malfunction that caused the death, they won't face legal consequences. When Iris suddenly runs away, Josh has to confess to Eli and recruit him into the plan. Once the plan succeeds, the three can split the loot. Unexpectedly, Eli insists that Mike's share cannot be excluded. He demands that the loot be divided into 4 equal parts. Josh immediately opposes this because Mike is also a robot. Why should his share be included? Kate interrupts the two. She bluntly states that if they keep arguing, Iris will disappear. What's more dangerous is that the tablet is in her hands. Iris can freely change her own configurations. The two quickly enter the forest to search for Iris. At this moment, the robot has maxed out its intelligence, trying to find a way to escape this place. Hitchhiking and walking are both dangerous. Iris quickly thinks of the tablet and connects to all of Josh's smart devices, which includes the car parked near the villa. This means she must cross through the woods to avoid Josh and his friends and return to the lakeside villa. As Iris is about to set off, she notices Eli and Mike nearby, then quickly hides behind a large tree. Through their conversation, she learns that Josh tampered with her programming to allow her to attack humans. Moreover, Iris is surprised to find out that Mike had known he was a robot all along. He has developed real feelings for Eli. Just then, the tablet suddenly makes a sound. Iris's location is exposed. Eli immediately fires a shot at her. Unfortunately, he misses. The two rush over to chase Iris. Eli secretly ambushes her with Mike's assistance, then successfully knock Iris down the dirt slope. Both of them lunge for the handgun at the same time. Iris pulls the trigger and kills Eli, turns to Mike and apologizes, because Iris knows that robots can have feelings too. Without wasting time, she immediately runs to Josh's car. Unexpectedly, this car has dual security measures and must be activated by Josh's voice command. Iris quickly takes out the tablet, trying to adjust the voice parameters to fool the biometric lock. Unexpectedly, the car's performance is quite advanced. It can detect even the slightest differences. Iris has to keep adjusting her voice. Meanwhile, Josh picks up a rock and violently smashes the car window. Fortunately, Iris successfully unlocks the voice command just in time. The car rolls over Josh's foot and drives away. Just as Iris is about to breathe a sigh of relief, the car suddenly sounds an alarm. It turns out Josh ran back to the villa to find his phone. He reports the car stolen as the owner and requests to remotely shut off the engine. Now, Iris is locked in the car and unable to escape. She then receives a call from Josh asking for reconciliation. He promises to blame Eli and Sergei's deaths entirely on Mike. That way they can live happily together. Josh speaks these words with confidence. Because the companion robot deeply loves its owner, it will surely be swayed by sweet talk. Iris directly declares a breakup and hangs up the phone. Josh can only go find Mike, and he wants Mike's help to find Iris. After all, humans can't compete with robots, but only let the robots turn on each other. Josh finds Eli's phone and unlocks it using facial recognition. Bug then inserts his own designed bug and commands Mike to find Iris. Then he orders it to enter sleep mode. After that, Josh maxes out Mike's intelligence level. The robot remains still, holding Eli's lifeless body. Josh takes Eli's hand and restores Mike to factory settings, which clears all memories of Eli from its mind. Then he binds Mike to himself. Thus, the romantic first encounter on Halloween changes its target.
Love link established.
Just as Iris kicks open the car window, she is caught red-handed by a patrolling officer. She quickly switches language modes, pretending to be a German who doesn't understand English. The officer asks Iris if she speaks English. Since robots cannot lie, Iris has to admit that she can speak English. But as soon as she speaks, it's in German. The officer can't understand what she is saying, according to gestures and guesses, vaguely judging that Iris lives in the lakeside villa.
That's all Sergei, by the way.
Ist tot. Ich habe ihn mit einem Taschenmesser in den Hals gestochen.
Although the officer doesn't understand German, he sees the dagger inside the car. He instantly realizes and pins Iris down and prepares to take her back to the station for questioning. However, Mike has already walked over. He presses down on the officer's gun and delivers several punches, smashing the officer's face. Then he takes the tablet and puts Iris into sleep mode. Mike drives the police car back to the villa with Iris. Josh and Kate are both bewildered. They walk to the back of the car and look inside. Finding the dead officer stuffed in the trunk, the situation has completely spiraled out of control. Kate starts packing her bags, preparing to take her share of the money and run.
I have the money, I'm getting the fuck out of here. It was hard enough justifying Sergei's murder, but now Eli's dead.
What do you mean it was hard enough justifying Sergei's murder?
It turns out Kate also deceived Josh. Sergei isn't a Russian mobster at all. He made his fortune by growing marijuana. He's a good person. Josh angrily blocks Kate and won't let her walk away from this mess. Despite several attempts to stop her, he has to ask Mike to help catch Kate. Unexpectedly, the robot stabs her to death. At this point, Josh is not too panicked. In the evening, Mike helps Josh prepare dinner and handcuffs Iris. Josh wakes her up, wanting to blame all the faults on Iris. He claims that he initially just wanted to punish a gang. That's how he got into the current trouble.
I'm a good guy. I'm decent. What do I have to show for it? A cramped one-bedroom apartment and a robot girlfriend. I don't even own you, for Christ's sakes. You're a fucking rental. You know me better than anyone. And you know that I deserve so much more than this.
Iris responds that you are not wrong. I am the person who knows you best in the world. You like video games, the nonsense at bars, and endless complaining. Everything in the world owes you. I also know you're below average size, thinking that with the stolen millions, you can mask the fact that you are a pathetic person. Josh is very angry. He lowers Iris's intelligence to 0 and commands her to burn her palm with a candle. In order to better serve customers, companion robots have a very simulated sense of pain. Iris can physically experience this burning pain. Just then, the robot company calls to say they will arrive in 30 minutes. When Josh answers the phone, Iris's arm is already on fire. He instructs Mike to put out the fire and tells Iris that it's time to end everything. Josh orders her to shoot herself in the head. Although Iris tries to resist, she is unable to defy her programming. When the head of the robot company arrives, Josh concocts a flawless story. He has Mike put on the dead officer's uniform to help him act. Josh falsely claims that he and Kate were in love. Iris realizes this and goes into a frenzy out of jealousy. Fortunately, Officer Mike appears just in time and shoots Iris in the head. The two staff members are not there to solve a case, but to retrieve the malfunctioning robot, so they don't pursue further details. However, one of the employees asks Mike, "Have I seen you somewhere before?" Josh is worried that his lies will be exposed. He quickly changes the subject, saying he wants to be alone. The employee and the assistant have to take Iris and leave, and tell Josh to wait for the results calmly. The company's legal department will check the footage on Iris's SSD to verify what you just said. Josh was stunned by the response. "What do you mean by checking the footage?" Originally, the robot company records everything the companion sees and hears to prevent fraudulent activities. This was mentioned in the user agreement. But who actually reads the user agreement these days? Everyone just clicks agree. Josh, not giving up, presses further. Iris's head has been blown apart. Can the footage inside still be retrieved? The employee reassures him. "Don't worry, sir. The robot's head only serves as a wireless antenna and audiovisual sensor. All the data is stored in the solid-state drive, which is located in her abdomen. If the head is blown apart, it won't affect anything." After saying this, the employee carries Iris out of the villa. The assistant quietly tells him, "I can't connect to this robot's network." That Josh must have tampered with her programming. As they complain, they back up the vehicle. Only then do they realize Mike is standing ahead. The employee suddenly realizes, "Isn't this the discontinued Psi 12 model? No wonder I felt he looked familiar." The employee is shot by Mike. The assistant darts into the forest. As Mike chases after him, Iris in the repair compartment finishes rebooting and heads toward the woods to stop Mike. But Iris's system has just been reset, and she is no match for Mike. Seeing that she is about to be killed by her own kind, Iris quickly tells Mike about Josh's actions.
No. You're lying. Josh would never do that to me.
I can't lie.
Mike's intelligence reaches a perfect score of 100%. It's very easy for him to understand what happened. Moreover, his memories of Eli have not completely faded, but just sealed deep within the memory module. He cannot accept the truth and chooses to shut himself down. Iris looked at the assistant beside her and asked him to help her with something. Iris wanted to gain complete self-control. Then she returned to the villa to seek revenge on Josh. Josh planned to forcibly shut down Iris, but he found that she had already lost control. However, he didn't panic because of this. Even if the program could be rewritten, Iris could not escape the link of love.
I need a phone to control you. I'm a part of you.
Josh knocked Iris down and pinned her to the floor, preparing to shoot and end it all. But Iris was one step faster. She stabbed Josh's temple with a corkscrew, peeled off the burnt skin on her hands. Finally, with all of Sergei's cash, she left the lakeside villa. Iris's life had two key points. The first was the day she met Josh. The second was the day she killed him with her own hands. The film ends here. It's a realism film wrapped in a sci-fi skin. Actually, the first half is very formulaic. You can guess the subsequent plot halfway through. But the last 10 minutes have a very interesting setup. When Iris gained complete autonomy, she still couldn't completely break free from Josh's control over her mind and emotions. She was treated like trash, tossed and manipulated by him. Only when Josh nearly shot her, she succeeded in killing him. Being too human almost became her greatest weakness. This part should not be too realistic.